Hi, Gemini. This is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamolen, Psychic Medium. Welcome to a timeless love reading. It's a general love reading for all my Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and any cross watcher. We're going to ask Spirit what is coming for love, what is going on around you. So let's get started. Welcome back to all my Geminis. Welcome to anybody that's new. So grateful Spirit has guided you here. Spirit, if you could please share with me for anybody who has found this message, what messages of love that you have for them today. What is it that you want them to know? What is happening around them? I am listening for you now. S to C. Okay. A book of love. A proposal. And a dream lover. So we have somebody that I do feel a future with. I feel like this is somebody that obviously I'm very turned on by. I turn them on. So physically, I don't think that's going to be a problem. It's a dream lover. And I like this particular card because I feel like we're somewhere in the middle of our relationship. Like we're just kind of writing our relationship. I'm going to say we have a long way to go, because we're not at the end of the book. We're in the middle and we're falling in love. Sometimes it feels like the middle of a journey. It could be the middle of your journey. It could be, depending on your age, it could be, this is like the middle of my life, or I feel like this is, I don't know. I have a lot of experience behind me, but I have a long ways to go. I guess I want to say it that way also. Spirit, please share with me. Tell me about this connection. Tell me about this proposal. Is this who I'm going to marry? Let's just ask that question. Who wants to know? Raise your hand. Let's see. I have a 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands. Page of Swords. Page of Wands. And I have a 6 of Swords. So we may just be in the relatively early stages of this connection with this page energy, getting to know each other, realizing that, things are going really well. It took a long time to get here. I feel like I'm still working on getting rid of some old baggage. They could be getting rid of some old baggage. They could be moving further and further away from their past. So those might be things that, can we work on healing and fall in love at the same time? Yes, you can do both at the same time. So it's that kind of feeling. It's like I'm healing some old wounds because of this connection. Ace of Swords, King of Cups, beautiful, and a Wheel of Fortune. I feel lucky. I feel like this person is definitely in love with you, falling in love with you, telling you they're in love with you. I feel like this is the person that, it could be as simple as fate and destiny, has brought us together. It's the right time in my life to have found someone like you. So that is coming into me also. But I do feel like that ace is this, I don't want to say announcement because that's not the right way to say it, but an acknowledgement or a stepping forward and just either admitting their feelings once and for all, and the truth, like truthful feelings come out. And maybe we've been waiting for that. We've been having a lot of this page energy where I'm totally into you and I can't believe what I'm feeling and I can't believe, everything we're going through. But then it's like a bigger moment happens where we look at each other and say, I'm really in love with you. And they say, I'm really in love with you too. And it's almost, when we say that, it's almost like in its own way, a commitment to stay together, a commitment to work towards a future together. So it's deeper than just somebody saying, oh, by the way, I love you. The way that it's said to you is so intimate. It feels like it's almost like a marriage proposal to me. It's just like a promise of the future. I love you and I promise to love you forever. Like that's how it's coming into me. So we may be waiting for that. Maybe we're waiting to hear that. I have a cassette player, outdated thinking. We are removing some of the old, whether it's you or them. They just say, I have a hard time with trust, or I'm just, I'm just afraid to get hurt again. It's just, those are old thoughts, old wounds that surface when we become really close to somebody. So maybe we both need to work on that. Maybe one of us is really working on it. Girl talk, time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment, having friends. I feel like we've already been there. I feel like that's part of the chapter that is behind us, that we've already had this single life. Like, we've already gotten that out of our system. And for those of you that have been single and experienced, I live alone, I've been taking care of myself, I go out with my friends, so I don't have any responsibilities. I feel like that is part of my experience already. So I feel like that's behind me. I have a snake, competition, enemy, look over your shoulders, and another woman. So the way this person's saying, I love you, they may have been desperately in love with somebody in the past. I'm not going to put it past them when they say, I really was heartbroken over someone else, but they really, really hurt me. So that could come up in this connection with, not that this person wants to go back to that person, but they were deeply in love in the past. And maybe this is the first time you've ever felt this deep for somebody. So maybe it's a little bit of a feeling of, did they love that person more than they love me? Now, I'm going to say no, because they're not with that person. So if they were with that person, they would have stayed with that person. Maybe that person was self-absorbed, or it was just a one-sided relationship. And that's not what they wanted. They wanted somebody to share their life with. This is a deeper commitment. We learn, Spirit just reminded me, we learn from our lessons, we learn from relationships. He ran. They were a runner. Somebody was a runner in the past. So they've learned. They're listening. They want to be in an intimate connection. Let's see what else. A hand of cards. Take a chance. Showing their hand. I think that when they say, I'm in love with you, and you have any hesitation over this person has a history of moving on, or this person has a fear of commitment, or I'm afraid this person isn't going to get over the past. I want you to take a chance on this person, because this person is bearing their soul, is how I feel. Self-indulgence, self-worth, time to heal, self-appreciation. Maybe they've done a lot of healing work. Maybe they saw their part in past relationships, and this time, oh, my hands are tingling. That's important for you to know then. So let's go a little deeper with that. They've done some healing work. They probably admit to you that they were a runner in the past. I have 12:12 on the clock when I'm recording this. They may admit that there have been relationships that they felt that they were deeply in love with that person, and it broke their heart. So they have some wounds that they are definitely healing. And at least I feel like they're being completely honest with you, and they're being very, very vulnerable with you. So that I respect, because I think you get them. I think you understand the hurt. Here's the Five of Swords. You can feel their battle wounds, so to speak. And a Hermit. There's the alone time. Three of Swords. Yeah, I think this person's very, very open with what they went through, what was their part in the relationship, what was the other person's part in the relationship, what they learned from it. I feel like it's not just like, oh, every relationship I've ever been in, they weren't good enough for me. Like, I don't think that's the case at all. I think they are realizing that they had a part in it. They learned. We had some broken hearts on both sides, and they probably took a lot of time. They've been single for a while to do some inner work, healing. I want to be alone for a while. I want to see what is important to me and what is it that I need in a relationship. And then you come along and they are vulnerable again because they're realizing now I've been alone. Now I know what's going to work in a relationship, what isn't going to work in a relationship. And for them to say, I love you and really, really mean it, they really do love you. I do feel like you make a great team. I will say that. And this is a big, big choice for them. The choice right now, I feel like, is, do I want to give up my hermit life? Do I want to give up my single life and be in a committed relationship and see where this goes? But I think once Spirit puts you in front of them, I feel like they had no choice but to fall in love with you. I feel like I wasn't expecting this. And, like an unexpected time in their life. All right. Maybe this wasn't when they thought they were going to meet somebody. Maybe they thought they were going to meet somebody in a year from now or 2 years from now. But maybe you came into their life when they really weren't even thinking about it. They weren't even looking. And all of a sudden you're in front of them. But I think they've fallen head over heels in love with you. And they've learned from their past mistakes. I'm going to give them a lot of respect because I admire anybody who takes the time and energy to realize why a relationship didn't work. I can't picture my life without you now that you've come into my life. You are everything to me. So the sense of, I wasn't expecting this, but now all of a sudden you're everything in my life. I want to build my life around you. You're my center. I want to do everything with you. I want you to be my partner. I want you to be my lover. So can your life change very quickly? Absolutely. I think this is a great example of your life changing on a dime. I love everything about you. I think they're very open and honest with their past. I think we have some really deep, loving conversations about what we need in a relationship. I want to take it slow. Now, this is not a negative card to me. I always see this as the person who says, I want to take it slow, is somebody who doesn't want to mess it up. Somebody who doesn't want to rush into something. All of a sudden we have this, fast and furious physical relationship. And then we didn't get to know each other on a deeper level. I feel like this person would rather get to know you on a deeper emotional level. And then the physical is added to it. And then we have the best of both worlds. We are emotionally connected and we now are physically connected. So I just feel like it goes that way. You make my heart skip a beat. Beautiful. And I want to speak my truth. Absolutely. This is the one time, the one relationship maybe in their life that they are going to be completely honest with somebody. Maybe they held their feelings in the past. Maybe they ran away from other relationships, but they don't want to do that this time. All right. That's my feelings are deeper than they seem. So they're deep, deep feelings. And they are respecting that. Like they're feeling the feelings and they're respecting it. And they don't want to blow it. They don't want to, do this relationship wrong, because then they didn't learn from their past, is how I feel. So the best thing they're bringing to this relationship is their vulnerability. Is the fact that they are willing to let you inside and talk. Connection. It's a deep connection. It's a deep connection. The number 6 jumped out at me in that card. Could be 6 weeks, 6 months. Could be the 6th of the month, June even. Compatibility. We're very compatible. We get along great. Great connection. And then there's the commitment. How beautiful. This person wants to be in a committed relationship. Swans are soulmates. Swans mate for life and stay together for life. And so it could be a soulmate that's come into your life that wants a commitment, and realizing that they don't want to rush into anything because they want it to be perfect. They want you to be happy, and they just want to do all the right things. I like that. Who doesn't want that? Spirit, what else do we have about this connection? I have a Three of Swords. I see things exactly as they are. They processed a lot about whatever hurt is from their past. They've taken the time to heal and process so that they can see what their part was in it. There's always two people in a relationship. No one person destroys a relationship. So what was their part? And then a Six of Cups. I remember and treasure past happiness. So could be a soul connection. I feel like I've known you forever. I feel like, you came into my life and we just picked up where we left off. That's beautiful. King of Cups. I love this. Look at this. I am your anchor. I am your anchor emotionally. I'm your anchor physically. I want to be your rock, so I am your anchor. Ooh, that is gorgeous. And one more of these, a Five of Cups. I will move forward when the time is right. So maybe they were alone for a while, that hermit energy. They had no interest whatsoever in dating anybody. Maybe you had no interest whatsoever in dating anybody. And then all of a sudden, somebody comes into your path, into your energy that opens your eyes, spirits just said, and they do become your rock. They do become your anchor, and they are worth your time and energy. So how beautiful. Spirit, please share with me. These are text messages from your person. I'm longing for your text from AM to PM. I look forward to hearing from you. Again, they want to build their life around you. What's your favorite food? I'd love to cook for you. So maybe they're a great cook. Maybe that's one of their skills. I want to cook for you. There you go. And what else? Let's see. I could make you so happy. I also feel like I want to say you make me feel so happy. Like you have brought out a part of me that is like you make them happy. They want to make you happy, but you make them happy. That's how people fall in love. They fall in love with how they feel. I watch your social media way too much. I just want to know what you're doing. A little bit of a stalky feeling there, but in a kind of flirty way. Let's see what else they say. I love hearing you talk about your passions. So they're into you. They want to know everything about you. You're just too good to be true. So is there such a thing as you're just too good to be true? I guess sometimes you can say, is this too good to be true? But when you meet your King of Cups and the King is saying, I am so in love with you, and it almost feels like they made you a promise for a marriage proposal, the way they say it to you, you might say to yourself, this is too good to be true. But I want you to believe it. I want you to believe it because it does exist. This level of love exists. And when you treasure it, Spirit says, just enjoy it and treasure it when it comes. I know we just met, but you seem so familiar. So it could be, I feel like I've known you forever, that soulmate and separation, finding each other. Every time we meet, my heart skips a beat. I look forward to seeing you. I can't wait to see you. I count down the time, I'm going to see you tonight. I'm going to see you tomorrow. We're going to be together for the weekend. All of those things. I do feel some energy around this. I do feel a Pisces, a Libra. I have a Virgo and a Cancer energy in this reading today. And I also have an Aries. So we'll take those as just some clues. And let's see what else. I read your text over and over. No rush. We'll go at your pace. So whatever pace, like this person doesn't want to ruin this. We'll go at whatever pace you want to go at, because they don't want to blow it. They just want you in their world. Like, I have to have you in my life is how it's coming into me today. I'm going to put this out to the universe. I love how much this person's falling in love with you. I love that. So let's ask Spirit to bring this to you now. I want to thank Spirit for this reading. If you're new to my channel, please remember to hit that like and subscribe. If anyone would like to book a private reading with me, go to my website, KathyMamolenPsychicMedium.com.